Okay, what are we calling this podcast?
Oh yeah, what are we called?
Broke Boy Podcast? Question mark.
I don't know.
Edible
Redacted
Nuggets,
show.
Northern Ireland.
Shut the fuck up.
Redacted show.
Podcast, where half the shit we're about to say shouldn't make it to air, but it does anyway.
I would have
Redacted
named it
crew?
Edibles, McNuggets, and Northern Ireland.
Well, that's not the name of the. That could be the episode name, but
That's what I meant, like the episode name.
no, not the episode name. I'm talking about the actual show, the name.
Redacted.
You just call it Redacted. That works.
Fuck it, yeah.
Oh, Tony just joined back.
Tony's just a real person, and we're screaming at him.
Yeah,
and he's
he just kind of
"No."
exists. He just happens.
He does.
There we go.
The fuck? You just killed him, dude. You just went into his house and fucking murdered him.
Exactly.
This is so sad. Oh my
Right.
god, what should I
Do your fucking intro.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of anything entertaining that doesn't sound fucking stupid. What are you about to send?
Me?
No, the thing that Nick literally just put in the chat. What in the hell
Nick.
is this?
Nick,
Oh, that's a link to that. Okay.
Oh.
a link to what?
It's a link to
Oh,
the guy that
sleep.
blew his face off.
It's a link
That's
to
what that
Hentai
is.
Haven.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
That's
Oh.
not what that is, but okay.
Are you sure about that?
Yes,
Everything
I'm
leads
very
back
aware.
to Hentai Haven.
Shut the fuck up.
Here, let's start this shit already.
I
what are we
literally-
called?
It's the Redacted podcast. I literally don't know I don't know how to start it because it's the first episode. How the
Welcome, Shusher.
Okay.
fuck kill yourself? No. You know what?
No. Okay. You know what? For the intro. Okay. No.
No,
we
I'm
can't.
keeping the part where you just said that in.
No.
No, I'm keeping that in.
No.
I'm keeping it in, and you can't do shit about it because you'll lose the clap sync.
Fuck. Okay. Fine. I
Fuck
accept
you.
my fate.
What was the Redacted podcast where not even we know what we're doing, and it's just an endless void all around us?
Well, everybody wanted me to tell my stories about Northern Ireland at some point.
Well, I
We
mean,
could do that.
half of that shit might get redacted.
You know, I'm sure a lot of people want to know about
Yeah,
my choking
no.
fetish.
What did you just say to me?
Huh?
What did you just say to me?
Nothing.
That's what I fucking thought.
Nothing,
You
dude.
just got redacted.
Nothing.
You just got vectored.
Okay, Nick, I like this. Nick, I like it.
Right
have
in
to-
brackets.
Does everyone agree that we like
What are-
redacted?
What are we doing? Oh yeah, oh yes, this is good.
Yes. Good shit, Nick.
Huh, epic.
Redacted cafe.
Well, we're gonna start with some very personal stories that may or may not need to be censored. Do you think this would need censored, Provo?
Maybe.
Well, say the items out loud. Say the things out loud. I'll see if it needs censoring.
Well, I told you guys about the oh god. So do you just want me to tell you what happened?
Yeah, just tell the story as if we were in an empty room. Except
What
Okay,
story
well,
were you starting
posted
with?
to the internet. So yeah.
well, this was a while back. It all kind of coincides with each other because it was the same day to nighttime. That all of this happened. Basically, I was over with my one of my best friends, Connor, and my brother Killian. So
Wait. I
There
don't
was a
think
gay
anyone
pride.
that's listening knows where this takes place.
this takes place in Derry, Northern Ireland, mainly around the.
And if you call it Londonderry, he will come over there and find you.
I will shove the London part up your hole, and you will be spouting out tea the rest of your life if you call it.
That
Londonderry.
is gonna be redacted.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We're
Well, that's a
keeping
threat. I'm keeping that. No, it's staying.
it. Yeah.
So basically, there was a gay pride parade going on.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Did you note them all
Christ.
down?
That's how you know it's about to be good. Well,
This is-
there was a gay pride parade going through town.
So us being hooligans, we were still a little bit young and stuff. We decided we were gonna go fuck with them, so we just pulled our t-shirts over our faces and we started throwing stuff at them. like hooligans do during stuff like that. It's kind of normal in Northern Ireland if you don't know. You know, we throw shit at the fucking peelers, we throw shit at the loyalists, we throw shit at the fucking British Army. It's normal. We just do shit, and there was a larger crowd already doing it, so we just kind of
blended
joined
right
in.
in.
And then you see there's this big man, large man that was only wearing a speedo and had a fucking rainbow flag, and he started full on charging us. We run down the fucking bogside area. We're at full fucking sprint. I turn around to watch Connor get fucking clotheslined by
On my life, thought you were about to say he was full mast, and I was like, what?
Oh no!
I deadass thought that's where that
he
was going.
clotheslined Connor and started choking him with the flag and pulled him down to the ground.
It's kind of hot.
Shut up, Jason.
I'm stopping.
Me and Killian got him loose and stuff though, and we ran all the way back to the flat. But like, oh my fucking lord, just big man, speedo only, choking out a fucking kid with a flag.
That started.
That's how it started. That's how everything started.
This
When we
podcast.
head back to the flat. Listen, we head back to the flat. We decide, you know what? It's a stressful day. Our friend, you know, he kinda got screwed by this. We're gonna make some edibles. Fucking Connor comes out of the room and he goes. And oh god, it was funny. He
Is
he
this
comes
a
out of the
safe
room.
first name to use?
No, Connor. Yeah.
Yes,
don't worry.
okay.
Same first name. It's not like I'm saying his last name. It's fine. Basically, he's like, the tip touched me, and he basically starts crying and falls onto the couch crying like.
The battle scars of the gay pride parade.
And he was crying as you know we're making this fucking big pan of fucking brownies. Now I didn't have any, but Killian had all of it. 2,000.
Oh,
2,000.
2000
2,000 grams?
2,000. It's either grams or milligrams. 2,000.
How much per pound of a person do you need to get really high?
I think 100.
Oh,
Damn.
And
so he was
Basically-
double high.
he wasn't doubled. He was 10 times.
Oh,
I think that would be.
did you?
100 times
with-
10 is 1,000. I'm pretty
With
sure.
this being Ireland, were you guys drinking?
Of course.
Oh,
Why
Jesus
wouldn't we have
Christ.
fucking Jameson on the?
Oh
road?
my god, that just fucked him up.
So here's fucking Killian just sitting on the couch after he ate the entire fucking pan, and he murmurs something about his body being 3 feet from him, or like just over the opposite direction. The opposite
I have had
direction.
that happen.
And it's just like, okay, he doesn't really make any noises or he doesn't move much. We literally pick him up, put him in the fucking wheelie chair, and we start rolling him around Derry while he's duct taped to this chair.
So
Is it a
wait,
computer
was he-
chair?
Yes, it was a computer chair with arms and shit. We duct
Oh,
taped his
no.
arms, his legs, and his chest. So we were wheeling him around like this is the middle of the night. Like
was he
2
like
a.m. Derry.
struggling?
No, he just.
I
didn't
just want to know.
respond.
I just
He
imagine
didn't
this like
respond, he was
group of like
drooling.
teenagers. It looks like you're just wheeling around a fucking vegetable.
Basically, was he was.
What's up?
drooling
It's your boy. I
too.
just wheeled this fucking vegetable out of a hospital.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take him home and cook his ass.
No, we took him to the McDonald's, and then he was drooling as well. Like he was drooling, and we take him into the McDonald's, and then his eyes just open wide, and he looks up at the menu, and he's smiling.
It's like a kid when he realizes he's in a candy shop now. He's like, whoa.
We bought him some McNuggets. The people there were a little bit. They looked weirded out in a way.
I wonder why.
By the way, it's the same
Fuck
place.
them.
It's the same McDonald's I went to when I had a hole in my leg from
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, mother of God. Okay, that's gonna have to be next, or that's gonna be an
Yeah.
aside to this.
Yeah, but basically, we bought him some chicken McNuggets in his lap. We put the box and we put one in his hand, and he was just sat there trying to lean over and eat the chicken nugget, but couldn't reach it.
Wait, he leaned his upper torso over to
He
his
tried
hand?
to, no, he tried to, but he couldn't because it was all duct taped down and he couldn't reach it.
Oh, I thought he just like chose
He's
not
just
to
like,
move his
"Well,"
arm.
He's just sat there like.
Why was he duct taped down again?
Did he consent to that?
No.
What? What?
No.
You just duct taped him to a wheelchair and
Anybody
took him to a McDonald's and got his hopes up with chicken
He knows
nuggets.
out at the bog, there's a place that kind of goes straight to hell.
What?
Yeah,
Don't
there's
tell
a-
me you
there's a
you
steep
forced him
spot.
to bomb a hill in a wheelchair.
I'm Marty McFly Williams. I'm just gonna bomb this Master Hill.
it was a computer chair, just to let you know.
Christ. So it's even less stable than a wheelchair.
I
Christ.
know,
Hold
but
on,
he
hold
still
on, hold on.
stayed. He still stayed upright when he was going down the hill. I didn't touch him. I was trying to unlock the fucking flat, and I turn around and here's Connor with his hand extended and Killian going fucking Mach 2 down the hill.
Oh
with the chicken
no.
nugget in his hand. Yeah.
Chicken nugget
Hold up,
firmly
guys.
grasped.
Guys, look in general.
God damn it.
This is what I imagine.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Die.
Child,
Firmly grasp it. Except
Bro,
replace the
look
fucking
at it.
fishing nets with
I
chicken
can't see
nuggets.
Whatever you.
It's in
Oh,
general. It's in
Uh,
general. I fucking hate
make
you.
that pop up in the fucking video.
Yeah, I go.
Funny
fuck
part is,
yourself.
I wear glasses and Connor was a tall motherfucker too. So but no, I just see Connor with his arm extended. Just eyes a little bit wide, arms like his arm is extended, and Killian going down the fucking hill, and then I don't know, it was kind of like all the fucking slow motion, me running back toward Connor and shit, and Killian going through the window. He went through a fucking window. This poor old lady got a fucking he went through the fucking window of an old lady's house. The fucking peelers were called, and I watch as my brother is being pulled out of the window, still holding on to the chicken nugget, trying to eat it.
His priority has not shifted since the McDonald's.
He was still mad staring at this fucking chicken nugget.
I can only imagine
He
his
was
eyes being
determined to
fucking
be fair.
beady, looking directly at this chicken nugget.
He held on. He held on.
Had a firm grip. See, I can only
The other
imagine all the way down, all the way through the window, and all the way that he was getting dragged out. He just did not lose eye contact of this chicken nugget.
I've got you in my
I
sights.
didn't talk to Connor for a while after that.
What the fuck?
He ended up
Oh my god.
he got cut up a little though, which was bad.
Only a little bit. The fact that the cops are called, no, that's fine. He got cut a little bit. He never ate the chicken nugget. This is sad gamer hours.
Now about the hole in my leg at one.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I don't think
I
he
like
was
to
wrong
think
after
that chicken nugget's just still there.
There was rioting going on in Derry at this time. Nobody.
Don't worry about it. If
I-
you really want
Peelers
to figure it
come
out,
out,
Google it.
They tried to mass arrest people and we run. I had a lot of fucking adrenaline. I run. I always run. Me and my brother, we always ran. We'd always split up as well because easier. We'd split up and meet in a certain spot. We would run.
Right.
And it was quite a bad riot. I guess there was shooting going on. I probably didn't notice it because, it just happens a lot.
Running. Oh, it just happens a lot.
So, yeah, I ended up walking into the McDonald's a little bit later for them to point out that my right pant leg was soaked in blood. And I had been hit with, I think it was a 22 in the leg, and I didn't feel it until then.
Was there an
I
exit
looked
wound?
What the fuck?
No, there was no exit wound. I went to hospital, and they actually had to pull it out.
Hmm.
But there was a bullet in my leg, and I got a free 20-piece McNugget.
Oh.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
Did you hang on to every nugget as if it were your own child?
I ate them all before I got out of the McDonald's.
You just call the ambulance. Sir, do you need anything? Yeah, a 20-piece.
Didn't call an
stat.
ambulance. I just basically we drove.
I need
After
a
that, 'cause
20-piece.
I walked back. I looked down. Yes, it hurt when I looked down, but I still had adrenaline pumping through. So I got the McNugget. It was just like, okay, have a good day. Rushed back, got into the car, and I'm just like, I looked at Killian, and I just kind of like took my hand and pointed down at my leg, and he was just like, oh. So
Literally,
we
it's
drove.
just the scene. It's the scene from Ace Ventura: Pet. Just he gets hit in the knee with an arrow. Ah!
But had that taken care of. I'm fine now.
Oh,
Except
Jesus.
it itches a little bit now once in a
How
while.
long ago was this?
Oh, so that's
Let's think. 2015.
I was about to say three minutes ago.
2015.
Oh my God. Was there any like stories of crazy amounts of drinking that ended in a unfortunate way?
Not really an unfortunate way,
'Cause
but when I came to
I'm
America,
gonna try to use that as the most obvious segue into one of my stories.
Well-
It's called 14 Shots in a Storm. Now,
hey,
well-
guys,
yes.
do you think like as we go we can delete the things we talk about?
Or we could just edit them and say,
No, I
Right.
mean in the group chat, like in
Yeah,
this. Okay.
yeah, I know.
Okay, so basically here, I was drinking in Cleveland.
Oh,
You know, I
Alan.
thought I got quite decently, gone per se, and
Well,
when
listen,
I
hang on. Don't delete things just so we don't make it so that we're gonna edit it to say used,
Oh,
just
okay,
in case
okay.
we're not like, did I put that in there? You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
So, well, basically here, drinking in Cleveland. I was drinking. Next thing I knew, I woke up in a cabin, and
What?
I
What the
find
fuck?
out that I'm in Ontario, Canada,
What?
on the French River on a place called 14 Mile Island. I had to get a boat back all the way to, I guess you would call it like the mainland, per se, because it was an actual like little island out in the French River. But after that, I got all the way back to the United States. Went through Buffalo. I actually went through Buffalo, New York, to try to get back. There was a lot of bus rides. God. Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah,
Because
6 months later, I got a fucking fishing license from Canada in the mail.
What the fuck?
What?
A what?
A fishing
li-
license?
a fishing license.
Fuck, dude. You know what just happened to you? You drank too much, passed out, your body ragdolled like in GTA, and you fucking teleported to Canada. Have you ever played GTA Online and you drank too much and your character fucking goes limp and you just teleport to another part of the map? That's just what just happened to you.
Dude, teleportation is real. It's just called getting roofied.
Okay.
Okay.
That's staying. That's staying. Go fuck yourself.
But no, that is not right. You
Dude, so
Dude,
wait.
wait. It's just there's
So
a
does that
penalty
mean-
that your asshole's enlarged, dude.
Does that mean that Bill Cosby is the master of teleportation?
Oh no.
You can't. You can't say I'm wrong.
You're right.
No, I'm left.
Wait a minute.
I'm a very far left person.
Dude, you're about to
No,
fall
you're
off.
not.
Please.
You are not
Okay.
allowed to try to apologize.
Okay. So this is nowhere near as. I like how you were just like, yeah, I don't have any stories. Oh yeah, the one time I got fucking shit faced and got teleported to Canada. Yeah, that time. Wait, hang on.
Well, I
You
ended up.
said
I was actually-
Ontario?
yes, Ontario, Canada, which
What
is just
the fuck?
across the border. Actually, from what I asked around and what I knew, I guess I took the Jet Express to
What
Put
the
Bay and
fuck?
just ended up across the fucking lake.
Okay, that's California.
What?
I was looking in the wrong. Okay, so when you said Ontario, I'm used to a city being called Ontario, but no, there's an entire section of Canada called Ontario.
That is a state, my guy.
Still, you went to
Yeah.
another country.
Yeah.
I did.
You by accident.
I
went
don't know
to
where. Yeah,
another country. Wait, you said it was an
halfway
island?
no. Yeah, it was.
What was the
French
island
River.
called?
14-Mile Island, French River.
14-Mile Island.
I need to find that.
There's Peely Island, right across the border.
No, French River. Let me see if I can find it. Actually,
Okay, while you try to
Oh.
find that, I just mistyped river.
I'm very interested
I'm
in what
sad.
the aftermath of a poorly planned video is.
No, that's Greg getting obsessed with ERPing after we did the furry server raid, and he said he was going to make YouTube videos out of it, but never did.
Oh.
That's what that is.
We're gonna talk about it.
No, we're going to talk about that like after I mention my very boring in comparison story of the time that I decided, fuck it, I don't like my liver. Let's drink.
French River.
Oh wait, is it
Ontario.
when you were playing Boneworks?
If you look up French
that's
River,
how it
Ontario,
ended.
Canada, you'll see how far.
Hang on. Can you just post pictures of where it is? Like, make sure I can see the Lake Erie and put the pin so I can see it. But it was a night where I decided, hey, I just got my I got my brand new shot glass, not shot glass, but like a lowball glass.
Yeah.
I just got it, and I was like, I'm gonna drink. What should I drink with? And I had this bottle of Fireball, and I'm like, all right, bet. And so I decided that I wanted it to be a bit interesting how I was drinking. Instead of just drinking whenever, I had a system. I basically had my own personal drinking game of when I was going to drink. And what ended up happening was you can probably find the VOD of when this was
Oh, there it
streamed.
is.
You can probably find the VOD of when this was streamed on Jason's channel on either Twitch or YouTube.
Twitch, it would be Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch. Yeah,
This
you.
is scary.
I don't know if you still have the VOD there.
I didn't
but-
delete it, so maybe it is there.
Maybe it was.
If it is there,
he
you can
was
put it on
playing-
screen.
What did you stream? What did you just stream when we played Cuisine Royale?
Yeah.
You could hear slowly me getting more and more drunk, and I took a shot every time I got a kill. What was it? Every time I got a kill.
Yeah.
Every time I
Yeah.
died?
I don't
Or was it every win? It was every kill and every win, I think.
Here, I'm gonna go live real quick to show you guys.
Just put it in. Okay, fine. But fucking, like,
I've gone live.
eventually after like what? Do you want to say like 6 shots? When we
Okay,
played.
so Cleveland is here. This is Cleveland.
Oh my god.
I went. This is how I got back, was through
What
Buffalo
the
and everything.
fuck?
But I ended up all the way up like on 14-Mile Island.
Can you need to take a screenshot of that so like we have
This is-
Ohio and Lake
this is
Erie
where-
in the frame and have the pin in the same frame. That is how the hell
What
did
the
you
fuck?
get there? How the fuck did
I
you get
don't
there?
know.
Did they take you through Michigan and go across that
I-
lake?
I
What the
don't
fuck?
know. I think
'Cause
I was.
the last time I checked, the Jet Express doesn't go through
think
landmass.
It was some sort of boat. Okay.
Well, I see multiple bodies of
on the-
water. I don't.
was-
What
okay,
the
so
fuck?
How?
I was actually. I was in Cleveland. Funny thing is, I was in downtown Cleveland, and I guess I went. Okay, I know I went. I think
What
I
the
ended up taking
fuck?
something to like put in bay, and maybe just went across. I don't know because I was blacked out at that point.
How the hell? Dude, I don't know how the fuck. But you like Forrest Gump ran across the country while drunk. You jumped a border while blacked out. What the fuck? How did you get into the country? How did you get? Do you have a passport? I mean, I guess if you
No,
used to
I
live in.
don't, actually, that's the thing. I don't have a passport.
Okay, that's getting cut. All right.
Yeah.
Because I just remembered, how the hell did you get to America if you don't have a passport? How'd you get to Ireland if you didn't have a passport?
Well, okay, so I technically do, but it's under a different name, and it's an Irish passport. But it's
Oh,
different.
okay. Okay. So it's not super illegal. It's just
It's just under a different name.
Just
So
like
it's not
imagine you
that I-
woke up a half an hour later and like the Canadian police, they write in on Moose and there's like, where is he, mate?
Okay,
Where is he? But anyway,
Sorry.
as an aside from how long of a trip he had to take to get back to Ohio, I don't know how you did that, but eventually I changed the game up a little bit. So I was
I mean,
like,
I made a friend in New.
what was I like 6 or 7 shots deep
No, listen, I
was
made
it?
I
when
made
we
a friend in
stopped
New
playing?
York as well.
How the fuck?
How the
I-
fuck did I make a
how-
friend in New
While blackout drunk?
York? No, this wasn't when I was blackout drunk. This was on my way back
Jesus.
from being blackout drunk.
So you even had the entourage that Forrest Gump had when he ran across the country.
I made a friend in New York and I played Xbox.
Oh yeah, how'd you guys meet?
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was on my way back from Canada when I had a blackout drunk experience. Wait, you live in Canada? No, I lived in Ohio. I somehow managed to get to here in Canada from Cleveland. And they're like, how the fuck? You had to have been moving as soon as you were blackout to get there the next morning. How?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
No.
But
I actually
anyway,
don't.
Nick, do you remember how many shots I was deep when we stopped playing Cuisine Royale for that night?
I think
I want to say
10.
6 to 7.
I want to say 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
10.
wouldn't say. By the way, I wouldn't say it was really smart.
What?
6
I
p.m.
hear Oreos in the mouth. I can't understand you.
I wouldn't say it was really in the morning. I think it was like more like around 6 p.m. or some shit. I came
How
home.
the what the fuck? That's still how. But anyway, I was like 10 shots deep of Fireball, and I wasn't measuring these. I was just like, that looks like a 1 count. Yeah, sure. At first, I was
So-
like 1.
Okay.
Sure, that's a 1 count. And then I just got used to how big a 1 count is in this glass. So I was like, okay, that's about how big it is. And eventually, they were either too big or too small. When it was too small, I'd be like, that's not enough, and I would pour more, and then I'd accidentally overpour every time, and I'm like, fuck it. Down the hatch it goes. So either I was overpouring, underpouring, but when I underpour, I overpour to compensate. So they were not shots. They were like 1.5
Hey, look.
counts
it's
every
Colorado.
time. Then I was like, you know what? I feel like testing my gaming skill while I'm hammered. And I went, all right, gamers, I want you guys to 1v1 me or 1v2
Probably.
in Quake Champions.
Oh yeah.
I went off.
Yeah, he did better than when he's
And
sober.
At some point, it felt like it, and I'm not exaggerating this, trying to play a game as fast as Quake Champions while you're drunk feels like trying to drive a Zentorno in GTA 5 with the drunk cheat code on. It was terrifying, but you're somehow dodging traffic. It was epic, and every time I lost, or sorry, every time I won, I took a shot. Does that sound correct?
Yeah.
And then
It was every, I think, few ones.
and then eventually I just stopped playing the drinking game and I just drank whenever the hell I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up
Mm.
going 14 shots deep that night.
15.
I thought it ended at 14.
No, it was 14. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember there being a 15th one because I remember the record being 14 and that was the joke. So my body has never had that much alcohol in it in my life before. And so my body quite did not like me that night.
Oh, by the way, I punctured my toe.
What?
What?
Yes, I
Was there another
punctured my
22?
toe. No, I hit something and it just kind of,
That's
punctured
not
through
fun.
the top of my scar, and then blood came out, and
That-
it wouldn't stop coming.
It's not fun.
It's
Yeah,
not,
but
but
so
it's
of
okay now.
course, after 14 overdone shots of Fireball, I went to sleep, and I did not have a good night.
What happened?
I ended up at like 3 a.m. waking up and vomiting, and I did not go back to sleep again.
Ever.
Oh, I normally vomit before I go to sleep.
No, I went to sleep and then I woke up because I didn't feel good and I vomited, and then there was a big ass fucking storm that night. So all I could hear is the wind fucking rocking trees against my wall. And then out of nowhere, I just like, I guess I pass out a little bit, and then I wake up and I hear both of my parents talking, and it's like 5 in the morning on a weekend. Or no, it was during our Christmas break. I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this. It was during our fucking Christmas break. I wake up at like 5 a.m. because I hear all this commotion, and I just hear this fucking typhoon going on outside. And all I hear is like intermittent beeps from my computer. I hear my parents. I hear this wind, and the whole time I'm thinking, "What the hell is going on?" Because I knew what the beeping was, but I did not know what woke them up. What that beeping was my UPS going off, which I am so glad I had.
Oh, no.
UPS.
It stands for uninterruptible power supply. I basically have my computer plugged into that, and it acts as like a battery. So if the UPS, when it plugged into the wall, if it ever loses power, it can have my computer stay on for however long the battery life is. It's basically so that if the power goes out, like if I get a brownout, or if there's a black, are you okay? You just left and came back. You all right?
He's not talking.
Chauncey?
There we go. It disconnected me for some reason.
Did your whole Discord just crash?
No, it just disconnected.
Yeah, but it's basically so that my computer can safely shut down in the case of a power outage, or not get turned off at all in the case of a brownout. But I turned my computer off, so obviously that was okay. So then it's still pitch black outside,
Mm-hmm.
and at some point the wind had like knocked my like fucking basketball hoop in my driveway over, and it came so goddamn close to coming through my window. And the worst part about that whole night was not the storm. It wasn't my computer. It was the fact that I'm fairly certain I still had alcohol in my system, and I had to interact with my parents. They didn't suspect a thing because I played it off as tired. I also tried to dude, all I could feel was my eyes going fucking beady because I did not know what was happening.
God.
It was terrifying. Thank you. Oh,
The end.
okay. Should I, Jason? You got anything?
No, keep
I'm
going.
looking for something.
No, that's about it, really.
I've been interested in the thing.
Okay, I'm bleeping that.
Why?
Because I'm not trying to get a mob. Because I'm not trying to mob mentality this kid.
All right, just
Because-
call him. Just call him
I'm gonna call him
Randy.
Printer Cables.
Oh God. Okay.
Nick laughed. Does he know why he laughed?
Oh, okay, I have to
Probably.
go, guys.
You have
No,
to
I just
go?
thought it was a
I
random name.
actually do have to go.
God damn it.
Hey, how long have we been recording for? Actually?
Currently 43 minutes, but I'm gonna
Wait.
subtract 7 from that. We can keep going.
All right.
No,
Yeah.
keep going. Okay, but I'm going to stop. Cheers.
Yeah, later.
See ya.
F. Alright. We lost a
Feels
man.
bad.
We lost a man. This is sad.
Gamer
But-
down.
We must go on. Because there's a lot to talk about. So, I used to go to vocational school. I'm not gonna name drop the school because
Fuck that school.
okay, that vocational school was fine. Our home school was garbage.
Yeah.
And I will name drop. Actually, if I name drop our home school, then it's not that hard to find. We went to for the last 2 years of high school. It's not hard. Should I just do it?
Yeah.
Because oh my fucking god, fuck Edison High School. I fucking hate that school with every fiber of my being, and I really mean it. Principal Goodwin, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, you monotone jackass. Lehovy was so much better.
Honestly, dude.
Oh my
I feel
fucking god. I could rant about Edison for like 10 minutes, but I won't. Because this story is about a kid from one of my computer classes I took at.
Is this
Behold.
printer cables?
This is Printer
Yes.
Cables.
Okay.
We're going to call him that because he was, I'm going to say, he was somewhere on the autism spectrum. And on some days, it was clear he did not take his meds. He was a bit slower than the whole class. I'm not saying that was... I'm not calling him dumb. He clearly had learning problems.
Mhm.
But it was entertaining to listen to him talk. It was constant. It was like take 2014 internet, put it into an autistic kid. You have Printer Cables. It was, and I call him Printer Cables because it's the best nickname we gave him because it annoyed the shit out of him. I probably have that wrong, but it's funny anyway. And there was one time where he has a YouTube channel, okay? And I'm also not going to name drop that.
Is that
because
the thing?
That's
though?
that's the thing. That's the title of this story, which I will not be saying because I'm trying to not get a mob against him because he's not that bad.
Right.
He's just an autistic kid that likes making YouTube videos. Leave him alone.
Right. Does he still post to his channel?
When was the last time he posted, Nick?
I think like
You-
6 months ago.
You were the last
Ah.
one that checked.
How many
so
subscribers does he have?
I don't know. Most of his subs are, I'm guessing, ironically, either his family or the other kids in the class that found it.
Yikes.
I'm guaranteeing it. But
Didn't he
anyway,
have merch and like someone bought it and
Oh
then
my
smashed it in
God.
front of him?
oh my god, I forgot he had merch.
Oh my
Also,
god.
I haven't heard the part about them smashing it in front of him. Haven't heard that part.
He has 82 subs.
82.
Oh, that's not bad.
Damn! This man's. Okay, but anyway.
Well, I
You
kind of
put his
want to
channel-
read the.
Can you put his
the
channel in
script.
general?
Yeah.
But, fucking. There was one time in the middle of class, it was like a really normal day up until that point. and then out of nowhere, you just hear a really long shart. He stands up. He asks to go to the restroom. He never came back.
Wait, sorry, what?
He shit himself in the middle of fucking class. Now, the reason why we know he shit himself and left is because he filmed the vlog the same day while he was still wearing his school uniform. And the reason why we know it's that same day is because it was very overcast that day. And can you tell what the sky was? Car ride on the way back to his house in that video? Fucking overcast. So we just know that his mom is disappointed as hell driving him home while he films about his dad getting drunk on an airplane to Disneyland. And it's like, wow, okay. You're really okay. No.
What?
Did you guys hear that beep? That was weird.
I didn't.
That was
Oh wait,
strange.
yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, that was a really strange beep. But okay,
What?
there's the only other. I accidentally said Provost's name.
Oh. Okay.
Fucking idiot.
Why'd you say his name?
I
Oh
just
my
call him his
fucking
name.
god!
Jesus Christ, is it so hard to understand that I call people their names instead of their screen names?
Eh.
Jesus. But the only other time that I can recall that would be slightly entertaining is the Marinara saga.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I remember this shit.
So there was a joke because he dabbles in playing guitar and he's not bad at playing guitar. He's a real big Nirvana fan, so whatever, play guitar.
Who?
He's not that bad at it. To be
Power
honest.
cables?
Yeah,
Wait a
Power Cables
minute.
was pretty good at playing
Printer
guitar.
cables.
Oh my god.
Yep,
Okay.
Printer Cables is good at playing guitar.
Wait a minute, I've actually seen this video, I swear to god.
What?
Caden
Do we
sent
have
it to me.
Do we have a genuine Printer Cables fan in this
Okay,
podcast?
listen. Caden sent it to me like about 2 months ago. Oh
Caden
my god.
is a Printer Cables fan. Okay.
Dude, I saw what the fuck?
I
Because
see
I was
him.
looking through his channel, I
Alright.
recognize the fucking thumbnail and title.
Okay. Okay. This
That is
getting...
fucking weird, bro.
Okay. This is cursed.
That's not okay.
This is not alright, Chief.
Yo,
But-
yo, listen.
Anyways.
Can you hit that kid up and get him on the podcast?
Fuck off.
No.
Be hilarious.
I'd
Okay.
rather not. Because it would not be good. It would not be a good podcast. Like, no shade, it just would not be good.
Dude, I can't believe, dude. That is so weird. to me
Maybe
that
sometime
Caden-
in the future.
Maybe. But probably not.
That is just honestly so weird to me that Caden sent me that like 2 months ago.
But, okay, aside from Caden being a real big Printer Cables fanboy, so, the Marinara saga. So, he has, understand this, you have to understand that he plays guitar. And he's kind of good at it.
Printer
And
cables?
obviously, yes, Printer
Okay.
Cables. Like, I literally just said this,
Okay,
but okay.
sorry.
So, we made a joke to him, because, like, he didn't really take jokes that easily, because half the time he wouldn't catch that it's a joke.
Yeah.
Because of course Spectrum. One of us jokingly said we're gonna put marinara sauce in his guitar. Like, it was the most random fucking threat ever, because we had just had mozzarella sticks for lunch, so somebody probably had marinara sauce left over that they just kept. So, and it escalated into a running joke where if he got really annoying, we just go, "Hey, Printer Cables, I'm gonna put marinara in your guitar." And he always go, "Don't put marinara sauce in my guitar." It would happen like that every time. And eventually, when field day came for the last day of school, somebody actually did bring a gallon jug of marinara sauce.
Oh no.
But it was purely a joke. They never planned on actually doing shit.
Right.
Because why the hell would they? They literally just brought it for the joke. It was a fucking epic.
It was epic.
It was indeed an epic.
I just can't believe that. What the fuck? That is so weird.
Okay. So, hang on, let me anyone got anything to add?
That's his
While-
merch.
Wait, you have images of the merch.
Yeah, it's in his just
What the fuck?
his about section.
Oh no.
Okay.
I remember talking to him first of all was fucking I hated him.
It was difficult.
I remember one time he asked like what type of music I listened to. And I said nothing you would like. He's like, what is it? I'm like, it's like heavier
Metal.
shit than you would listen to. And he's like, that's some shit music. I'm like, dude. I listen
Did
to
you say
whatever
the
fuck I
band
want.
out loud or what? Are you just
No.
listening to the band or whatever? That's what you said. You're some heavier music.
Yeah.
Okay, boomer. All right.
It's more like they won't understand what it is anyway. Like,
here's
what have to say the
here's
genre.
how I'm gonna segue into this next story. Speaking of people with smaller brains than us,
Okay.
we have the time that there were some kids at Edison that got suspended for sexual harassment in the boys' locker room. I was there for it.
You saw it
Trust
happen?
me, actually nothing happened.
Oh.
They were suspended for what I can assume was absolutely nothing. Because the validity of this story, coming from the guy that was literally standing next to the air quote victim, nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. So, like, how the locker rooms at Edison work is there's, of course.
Was this at the middle school?
No, not the middle
Okay.
school. This was high school. Freshman year, I believe, because that was the 1 year I had gym class. Yeah.
I remember
I remember that now.
in the middle school. Someone pantsed. Oh, that was a weird fucking beep.
God damn it.
It was.
Dude, I have to fix that beep.
Is that
Sorry.
Adam? Kevin, is that Adam?
Mm.
Yeah, someone pantsed him.
Huh. Interesting.
Luckily, he was facing away from me. So.
Did he not have underwear on or some shit?
No, he
Did
basically
he go
the person
fucking
that pants.
commando? Or did he pinch at the waist and pull the whole thing down?
He pinched at the waist.
Oh god. Oh dear god. But anyway, so how the locker rooms are formatted at Edison is I can't speak for the girls' locker room because obviously I've never been in there. But I do have a very good layout of what the male locker room looks like. So,
Right.
of course, you have to have 2 different sections of locker room for each of the teams. Because when there's like a basketball game or wrestling or whatever, and like there's a break, mostly not for wrestling, but mostly for like basketball and shit, there's got to be a locker room for the away team, and there's got to be a locker room for the home team. And there was always a divide in because we were allowed to use both locker rooms. Just as long as we used a locker for our shit that didn't already have shit in it, we were allowed to use it. And there was a divide in the people that were in the away and home side. So I always stood in the home side. The home side is where everyone got dressed, or most people just got dressed and walked out. Like they just
Right.
changed clothes and put on another layer of deodorant and walked out. The away side is where all the jocks hung out because they were all in their own big fuck circle. and they showered because they're used to sports and they get sweaty. So, whatever. It's
Yeah.
basically the people who showered and the people who didn't. But there was also people that didn't shower on the shower side. And and there's a small little hallway connecting each locker room with a door that leads to another hallway, which is fire safety. Because if the door that leads to the gym is on fire, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Because how are you going to get out? So, how this story happens is it's a couple minutes after gym class is over, and everyone's still getting dressed. So, a group of these guys that shower, all of them except one had a towel around their waist.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that had no towel was in the front. But he was not weird enough, so he turned himself around.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I didn't want to see that.
Are you sure about that, Kev?
Well, nowadays, maybe not, but definitely fucking not. Even if, nowadays, no. I didn't want to see that. So, he was turned around. He was the only one without a towel, but he wasn't like, haha, look at my dick. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was trying to get the kid that was standing next to me. He was trying to get his attention. And at that point, I just fucking stopped paying attention because I don't care. Except nothing stood out. They were like trying to like ask him something. And nothing stood out about what they said. But the gym teacher walked in when this was happening and just told everyone to fucking get dressed and leave immediately. I'm like, okay, strange, but okay. So I get dressed. And the next class period, the PA system comes on, and it asks for a long-ass list of all the guys that were in the locker room for that period.
Damn.
Including you.
Including me. Because I was just including the people that weren't even there for the incident. Because they were called down too, and they were really confused. They were insanely confused because they had no idea what was going on, and they thought they did something wrong. And like this kid that was like a band geek, really cool guy, he was fucking freaking out. Not really like freaking out, but he was like really confused. And I went,
Who was it?
It was I'm just gonna type his name because I don't feel like editing.
Kind of figured.
Yeah, really cool. So he was like fucking in the office panicking, and I walk in and he's mid panic mode, and I go, I think I know what this is about. He goes, what's going on? I went, just say you don't know anything because you really don't. It happened after you left the locker room. And I went in before him, so I don't really know what happened to him, but I go in and I sit in front of the principal. Fuck you, Mr. Goodwin. Go fuck yourself, you dickhead. And I remember this because I quote myself on this. So I go in there and he asks me what happened. Because, of course, got to get as many sides of the story as possible. And, Nick, do you remember the perpetrators / the victim?
I don't think I was there that day. Type it again.
Yeah. It was that guy and his whole posse.
Oh.
And the victim was air quote victim.
Even though they're very good friends.
Air quote victim. Yeah, I don't get it either, but so like he asked me what happened, and I go, from quote, you can quote me on this because this is exactly what I said. I go, from what I gathered, ... because I got cut off, and then got really loud and yelled at me, I don't want what you gathered, I want what you know. And I went, and I was about to say it, you could just let me talk. Like, why would you have to interrupt me?
Right.
because I don't like them. I don't like those people that much, but I'm not a dick enough that would lie about what really happened or what I know really happened. And that whole group, even the ones that had towels on, got suspended for like a week. And I think me and that whole group have been on pretty good terms since, because I didn't think they did anything. They did nothing. And I even was like, they did nothing. Why are you punishing them? They did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It just was a really unlucky coincidence
Okay,
that happened like that. Yeah, I think I think me and that group are on good terms nowadays because of that.
Okay, so what's the and the fourth graders part?
Okay, that's a totally separate story.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to say, well, freshman. It was freshman year, because that was the only year I had gym class.
all right, you can talk about the fourth graders now.
Okay. So this was like, I want to say, my senior year or my sophomore year.
I think it was sophomore because I'm pretty sure you told me.
Not sophomore. It was senior or junior.
Oh yeah, I think you told me senior year. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, junior.
There was okay. So, Edison is split up into an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. At the middle school, some shit went down. Literally.
Oh no.
Well, okay. There's no real way to like build up to this except for after school was over, some kids were found in the restroom, balls deep in the other one.
What? Boys?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And how old were they?
Fourth grade.
Oh my god.
However old that is. So, I mean, well, the one epic part about this story is that one of the kids was a teacher there's son. That did not go over well at home.
Greg's 13, and he is what, in the 8th grade?
I don't know, man.
Fucking yikes.
Fourth graders sounds young as hell, though. That's probably inaccurate. But still, really young. Prepubescent, even. Just prepubescent is the best way to describe it. I don't really think fourth graders... Hang on. How old is the average fourth grader? Google. Tell me that.
Oh, God. Watch us.
Oh, no.
$10 years old. So that's not that terrible.
Yeah,
but still, yikes. Still, yikes. That's still fucking terrifying. I've been talking a lot. Jason, let me hear your absolutely gripping life tales.
I don't really
I
have
see
any.
one in the I see one in the chat there. What
Okay. All right, so this is I don't know how old I was, but it's when I lived in, I think it was South Carolina. I forgot how old I was.
You okay over there, Nick?
Yeah, sorry, I was
standing down the well.
I was standing up and I was just trying to move, change my position of how I was sitting. Calm down.
Okay. Whatever you say, Too Mad.
Yeah, but I forgot how little I was. But I was little enough to fit in a fucking doghouse. That's all I remember. But it's when I was living in South Carolina. It was like way before I met Nick and shit. And I remember it was like I got up in the morning time, and so our house, the back door is right next to the kitchen counter, like where the oven and shit is. And I remember my dad was like, I think it was making bacon and eggs, and I walked out the fucking glass door, literally like not even a foot away from him, and he didn't even question it. And I went in the fucking doghouse and stayed in there for like hours. And it's so weird because all I remember is literally waking up, getting out of bed, and going straight to the fucking doghouse. Like I was in some like fucking trance. And then I remember I stayed in there for a long
Dude,
time.
it was his inner furry trying to get out.
Shut the fuck up. But yeah, like I
We got 'em,
remember
boys.
I remember it was probably like half hour after like he just didn't see me anywhere. And then I heard him calling my name in the house because it was like the screen door was still like, you know, the glass door wasn't actually shut. So I remember hearing him saying, "Oh yeah, breakfast is ready," and calling my name a lot. And then I remember he came outside and started pacing the yard calling my name, and I just continued to sit in there all the way in the back of the doghouse. And then eventually the fucking cops came. They couldn't find me I remember I was in there a while. I don't remember how long.
To be honest, I thought this story would be a lot more interesting because I misread the story to the time I hit a dog in the house and my parents called the cops. I thought that's what it said, but I'm dyslexic as hell.
Yeah, but I think like one of the cops, because it was like one of those lighter dog houses, and it was like that plastic material on top, so they saw like my
Just picked it
shadow
up.
inside.
How in the fuck?
Yeah, they saw like my shadow in there. They thought
Did
it was the
question you as to
dog.
why you were hiding in there?
I don't know. But yeah, I
How
guess
do you
like
not know?
dude, all I remember is literally walking out that fucking door and going straight into the doghouse. It's weird. But yeah,
Do you
like
guys ever have Mandela effect memories
yes,
that you could swear happened but never did?
yes.
I have a memory of my mom getting fucking arrested that never happened.
What?
I don't know.
How did it go down?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I remember is standing on the one side of my house when I used to live at bleep, 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 bleep. What do you mean?
Bleep, 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 bleep,
I didn't
bleep,
say a street name.
bleep, blop, bleep, blop, bleep, blop.
In my old house. When I used to live there, I distinctly remember where I was standing to. And I remember seeing a police cruiser and my dad standing next to me. And something about mom. And I kind of connected the dots in my head. But that event never happened. At least that
Did
I
you mention
know.
it to them?
At some
Did they
point,
freak
yeah.
out?
My mom was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I remember there was a time where like my brother and his friend, they were like a lot older than me, and I would hang out with them sometimes and stuff. And in our backyard, we had like a giant patch of woods. And it's kind of like that where I thought we all went deep into the woods and we found a cabin, and there was like people hung up outside like dying, and there was like Rottweilers. And I remember we just ran back, and then all of a sudden I lost them, and I just kept running back home. It's so fucked up because I was probably like 7 at the time of thinking that.
What the fuck?
I know. Yeah, it was probably about like 6 or 7 when I hit in the
Is that why
doghouse.
you're scaring my dog?
I'm not scared of Dixie. What do you mean?
I know, I'm kidding.
She's
All right,
cute.
Nick, you got a Mandela effect memory?
I'm gonna try to think.
Well, do you have a memory that you think happened but actually didn't happen?
I don't know. I don't really bring memories.
Getting friends
up
in
to
high
people.
school. Damn, did I just say that out loud?
Fuck, I had something, but I already forgot it.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember now. There was a So me and Jared, you just met him today.
I've talked to him before.
Yeah. Well, me and him, we used to go biking a lot when I was like 13, and we went on back roads, and his brother always just felt the need to be included.
Right.
So he started riding with us, but we had a rule where it was like, you can only be this amount of feet behind us at minimum.
Just so he didn't get lost.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense. That's fair.
Well, I mean, it was more like we hated him, but like we didn't want to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to this one part. It was a bridge, like in the middle of the woods,
Right.
and I remember we just stopped there and we started like trying to I remember we always try to catch snakes there. We never did. And then one time we gave up and his brother was still just looking over the creek. And my head decides to think, let's push Jared's brother into the fucking creek.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That was a Mandela effect memory.
Oh, so it wasn't actually real.
So that never happened, but your
But
brain distinctly remembers the action and the aftermath.
Bruh, it's like Mason when he points the gun at John F. Kennedy.
What the
But it doesn't
Okay.
actually happen.
And then we fucking just bike back to Jared's house.
What the fuck? What the hell?
We didn't. I didn't think I.
Were you
killed
about to say we didn't? What? What do you mean? I don't think I did. Why that part, Nick? You're hiding something from us.
in the memory. I know that I wouldn't have fucking killed him.
Why are you saying that? No one's ever said anything about him dying, Nick.
Wait a minute.
Don't worry about it.
What are you hiding?
Wait a minute.
No, I was just trying to
Damn
like
it.
clarify.
What else? That's enough stories. Let's see what are some really strange life accomplishments y'all have managed to pull off? Like a thing that most people can't say happened to them, but you're not really sure how. Like for me, I have my answer in there as well as the question. I was voted most popular at Edison my senior year, and I think I know how. And I think it has something to do with the social dynamic at Edison.
Because people just liked
People
making fun of you.
no, it was okay. So to explain how Edison works, it is super cliquey. Like it's like you got the jocks versus the greasers versus the nerds versus the girls versus the band kids. It's like a game of bully. There's different factions, dude. You walk into school and out of nowhere in the corner of your eye you see PvP zone enabled and it's like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute.
And then it's like when Kevin walks into school, everyone's like, why do I hear boss music? What? Because I was the one kid that some people would call my name out and I would have no idea who they are.
Mm-hmm.
No idea. People I've never even seen before would call out my name and I would not know who they are. So my name was in people's mouths, but I didn't know everybody.
Melvin.
Literally, people called me Melvin. I went by Bevin, Kevin, Kev, Bev, Bevin. I went by any of those. If it sounded like my name, I probably answered to it. Melvin, Melv. I just answered to all of those.
I remember I used to call you Melv like on a daily basis. But now I just call you Kev.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Now I just call you Kev.
Because, a normal last name.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how it transitioned to Kev.
That nickname stayed, because everyone calls me Kev. Because Kevin is really awkward to say in a sentence. When you're trying to get my attention, no other person's name sounds like mine. Nobody's name sounds like
mine. Melv.
The Melv.
I was so used to calling you Melv, so I don't know how.
You can keep doing that. I'll answer it.
No, I just don't know how it started to transition. I forget.
Have you guys
probably
ever been,
just because we grew up.
Have you guys ever been inside the Edison football fucking locker room?
No.
Oh, that's so sick.
Oh, we have a football story for you. Nick and I were there for this.
Alright.
Okay, but to understand how Edison works, it's like factions. So, like, I believe the factions were like the cheerleaders, the football players.
Oh, is it this story about the retarded kid?
No, but
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
that's next. So you have the football players, the basketball players, the cheerleaders, the band kids. The band and drama kids were like the same faction. They were like sub factions of each other.
God.
And then, what am I missing? Anybody, Nick?
I don't think so.
And then you had, which I will refer to them as the NPCs.
Me.
I will refer to them as NPCs because they really didn't do anything, but they were there. And let's assume for this hypothetical PvP arena, you have the player, Kevin. Or the player, Nick. Let's assume we were player 1 and 2 in this hypothetical PvP arena, where we weren't in a clan.
This hypothetical school shooting.
So basically, what happened to Nick was all the fucking factions either ignored him or bullied the shit out of him.
Mhm.
But I managed to I'm about to drop some Tier Zoo-esque fucking survival, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide type
Hell
bullshit
yeah.
on you right now. So how my personality works is when someone says something to me, if it's accurate, I will more than likely just go with it. Like, if someone goes, "Hey Kev, you're fat," ha ha ha, I'll be like, "Yeah, sucks,
Yeah.
sucks. I really hate it, but yeah." And I'll kind of laugh with them because it's like, "Yeah, I'm aware I'm fat. Sucks." It'll just fucking destroy their insult because if I'm laughing at myself too, the joke isn't funny anymore. Like, it's impossible. It just breaks their joke. But then that led to all kinds of self-hatred issues, so hell yeah. Fuck yeah. But, my personality is really, really moldable. I'm friends with a shit ton of different people. To the point where if I am about to bring two friend circles together, I have to think of how they would react to each other.
Right.
Because if I don't, and they don't meld, that could be bad.
Mhm.
That could be really bad. The time of a two friend circles coming together and it actually working was when Nick met one of my other friends from Sandusky. We played PlayStation with him. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That worked out surprisingly well.
We talked shit to each other for a while, and then we started becoming friends.
Because it was like, fuck you, oh, fuck you, okay, fuck you. And then it started turning into jokes.
Wait, what?
And then, so eventually, I don't know how I survived high school. I don't know how. But I did. Out of all experience that I've seen, what happened to me should have ousted me from any social circle that I was even close to.
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to say it out loud, but I'm going to bleep it. I was caught with in my search history.
Because some douchebag decided to snatch your phone.
And it was the one time I didn't use incognito. That did not end well. Yeah, as you can see, the names the names didn't get better. But I just kind of dealt with it. And only a select group of people were actually laughing. And slowly, less and less people started laughing at it. To the point where it was one person laughing at that same joke that was made 2 years ago.
Who was that?
Not no, wrong name. Wrong name. No, it was. Yeah, I was right. It was.
Yeah, he fucks fish.
Oh my god, Fellatio Fishman. I love him. Fuck that guy. Yeah, it's actually true that he had a largemouth bass given fellatio.
What?
Sucks to be him.
Who'd you get confirmed from?
I don't remember who, but I did hear that it got confirmed. And I don't care. Because I don't care. Fuck you. I'm gonna say it's true, no matter what. Because fuck you.
Because he's a fucking douchebag.
Exactly. So go fuck yourself. Also, those were some really weird bleeps. I'm not gonna say the guy's name. Who's like cutting their who's cutting their plates? I heard that shit. Oh god. The end times are nearing.
Feels bad. Provo
But-
got off and then fucking got on DayZ.
Sucks to suck.
Didn't he have to get off for a different reason?
I'm just gonna ignore that.
Ignore what?
That.
He
So-
said that he was home consoling with someone, so I mean...
What video game expanded your vocabulary for better or for worse?
Call of Duty Black Ops.
Call of Duty Black Ops.
Is that your answer, Jason?
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Really? The language is more colorful in Black Ops.
Yeah.
But for me, and y'all answers are
Or Modern
vanilla
Warfare
as
2.
shit. Y'all answers are vanilla as hell.
Listen.
Mine was GTA Vice City.
Listen.
Do you mean like the community or like what they actually say
No,
in the
the
video
game. The game itself.
Oh, it was just like the community, like online shit.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, no game like taught me any. It was the people in that.
I
that
was
played
thinking the game, but yeah. Well, Nick never played the online for Black Ops 1.
Really?
He never played multiplayer because, one, his internet was shit. Two, it actually costed money because Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of hella poor. So he's talking about the campaign. I'm talking about GTA Vice City in general. Wow. I knew words when I was a kid that I should not have known.
Yeah, same.
And look at me now. I swear every fucking sentence.
I know.
You
If I
ever
wouldn't have played
notice-
Call of Duty when I was younger, I wouldn't be like this.
You ever notice that PC gaming is starting to get more popular because
Fortnite,
Oh.
lol.
yeah.
Well, and also because
Esports are on the
Xboxes-
rise.
Yeah, Xbox
And
like consoles
Console
are getting more
esports isn't really a
expensive.
thing.
Yeah, and like consoles are getting more expensive, and you might as well just fucking buy a low end PC, probably,
All right.
right?
Or build one.
Yeah, or build one.
Here's an interesting question,
All right.
and I'll answer this last because my answer's kind of lame. You get all 5 of the Infinity Stones. What do you do with them and why?
Hmm.
What's your answer?
Well, first
Mine?
of all, I'd bend reality to where anime girls could be real.
Wait, why did I know? I really wish you weren't the server owner.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I'm not a Marvel stan, so I don't fucking know what like it could even like if it could create like a world or some shit like that.
It can.
It can shatter a whole world.
Well, then
It
I'd
can
probably
kill half the universe with the snap of its fingers. What do you mean? What can it do?
okay. Then I'd
It
probably
literally. Okay, hang on. Let me look up the 5 Infinity Stones. And yes, they are as simple as what they sound like.
But what would be your answer, Kev?
Give myself wings.
That's it.
Yes. Give myself wings. And if I'm feeling particularly generous, go full scaly.
Be a hardened criminal and threaten everyone that stands in my way with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay, there's the Space Stone, the Reality Stone, the Power Stone, the Mind Stone, and the Time Stone.
Ooh, Time Stone. I would go back to like 19. Whenever World War II was, and
Wait,
be a
there's
Nazi soldier.
6 Infinity Stones? Wait, that's only 5 of them. There's 6. Okay, there's 1 on each finger, the thumb, and then the palm, right?
There's 5, Kev. You even put 5 in the goddamn thing.
Well, I thought there was 5, but I'm starting to see that there's like 6 or 7.
It's 6.
So there's the Mind Stone, there's the Reality Stone, there's the Power Stone, the Time Stone, the Soul Stone.
God, you could do so much simp shit with those.
What? So why would you simp if you have the fucking
No.
Infinity Stones?
Oh God, I'm not saying anything that I'm thinking right now. You don't want me to.
What do you mean?
You don't want me. You don't want me expressing what my brain is wanting me to express.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you don't want it. It's not okay.
Oh man, my goldfish.
There's Space, Soul, Reality, Time, Power, and Mind. Okay, so the 5 of them, there's the space stone came from the Tesseract. The Soul Gem is found on whatever planet it was that you needed a soul for a soul.
The guy with the red.
The Reality Gem comes from the Aether, according to this image. The Time Gem comes from Doctor Strange's necklace. The Power Gem comes from the orb in Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Mind Gem comes from Loki's scepter.
Mm.
Well, what now?
What? Okay, what is there to do? I'm just gonna bully you about your shit podcast ideas, Jason, for a hot second. Let's just skip to podcast idea number 5. If you could go into a cryo chamber, how long would you want to stay in it, and why? My answer: long enough to skip this stupid ass question. Next.
Okay, wait a minute. All right, so listen. All right, listen. See, this is why it sounds stupid, because I have to explain it. All right, listen. So, let's say... Well,
he's already in the cryo chamber.
What? Let's just say, like, your parents died and you, like, had nothing else to do with your life. I think it would be fucking epic. No, shut the fuck up. I think it would be epic to stay in a cryo chamber for, like, 100 years. Maybe even longer. That would be epic, dude, because then you could actually see the future, you know? Would that not be epic to you?
Yeah,
Dude,
but you couldn't reverse time.
The cryo chamber just fucking dropped me off here. Where are we?
Ah.
Never mind. Near-death experience. Actually, no.
Why not?
I have an hour and a half of audio.
Let's just do near-death experiences or whatever.
Well, that we can talk about that. Wait, I imagine that Provost got a lot of near-death experience stories.
Oh yeah, we should keep that.
So
will you like fix the things that we read or whatever?
I did.
Okay. What about Strange Life accomplishment?
That's what I was voted most popular Edison. Do you have stories? Because from the story that was, I was hiding in a doghouse for an hour when I was a kid.
It was probably like 3. Like
what? Strange Life of Accomplishment. I went outside. Do you have anything, Jason? Because if not, I'm just gonna cut it off here mid